And welcome everybody, and welcome to Clear Vision, where we shine a light on people who inspire their families, their communities, and themselves. I am your host, EGlaze. In every conversation, we dig into the growth, the focus, and the journey it takes to find your clear vision. And today, man, I got somebody who I've met for about, I guess, through connections. His name is Darrin Cook. He's the founder and chief architect of what I just realized, M3, or My Mogul Media, a company that builds empathetic systems for overlooked nonprofits. He is also the founder and chairman of the nonprofit Glowfidence Foundation, dedicated to nurturing aspiring entrepreneurs. His work focuses on empowering leaders to build sustainable, mission-driven organizations by providing them with simple, effective digital tools and strategies. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Darrin Cook. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you, my brother.
Yeah, man. And let's just get into it. The focus of this show is people who have a clear vision to do things that inspire others.
Yes.
What made you create, and what did you help you create a clear vision for you to create My Mogul Media?
Yeah, so that's such a good question. Let me take you all the way back from New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm from. I was always that inquisitive little boy going to Mardi Gras parades with my, mom, dad, and little brother. Man, I would get the Mardi Gras beads and sell them on eBay. But my thing is, I always used entrepreneurship to just help people. So even with the websites, before I even develop a name and a business, My Mogul Media, I would just be the kid doing people websites for free because I thought I wanted to help people, but I felt bad for charging people. So that's where it started. Just the fundamental of just trying to help out my community.
In doing that, when did you find that? What was some of the biggest needs that you saw your community needed?
Yeah, I think for me it was because I started out doing like free promo and advertising with a local radio station there in New Orleans, talk radio. And it was people who were maybe like 50 years old, middle age, who were struggling with technology needs. It's like, of course, my younger generation, we always had like the latest things and everything. But if you didn't grow up with technology, it was always a disconnect. So they would always just like, who's this young guy who seemed like he's responsible, who can help me, that if I paid him or something to fix my computer or something, a virus removal, he would be a man of his word. So it kind of just started by seeing like a gap in the market at the time where you have so many people who had the money and the resources to pay, but they only knew things such as like Geek Squad, nothing else besides Geek Squad until I came along.
Let's take it back a little bit then. How did you, because every handyman can buy the tool, but you still got to know how to do the job. How did you know how to do these technical things? What was it? Did it just come naturally? Did you always find yourself involved in it? How did you get to a point where you were like, I can do enough to where I can help people at that point?
Yeah, and it's a really good question. I think it was just something I was just drawn to. Like my brother is 5 years younger than me, and my brother would always play video games. Darrin, his name is Darrin, play video games. And I was always the computer guy. So I didn't even look at it as really like making money, to be honest. It was just like, what can I do for fun? And it's just like, you know how they say, like, find your passion, find the thing that you can do for free and make money. Thankfully, it was that, because I remember when the internet and Google first started getting popular, I would just spend so much time in a computer lab at my school, just printing all kind of random stuff, just fascinated with like the printer and like running up the ink and everything. With just like, it was just a new world for me to discover, really.
Yeah. And when you're going into that type of field, how do you not, because let's be real, technology, if you know what to do with it, you can make money off of it. But you not only are figuring out how to make money, but to be able to say, you know what, but people need my help.
Yes.
That is, everybody's not willing to do that. But you said, no, I can use my skills for the good. When did you really realize that that's what I want to do with that as well?
You know what? And I have, if I can be 100% with you, it comes from how I was raised. I mean, I have one of those praying grandmas that's in church every Sunday. You know what I mean? Same thing with grandpa, was in the military, great mom, great dad. I always knew I was always deeply rooted in my faith, even as a little boy. It's just like I knew God had things in store for me. Like I could always see the vision playing on you,
Yeah,
my
right.
vision.
Yeah,
Always had the vision, didn't necessarily know how I would get there, but I knew grow up one day I would be somebody in this world. And I
right.
always knew that even if I didn't know it to the full extent that I know now in my life, I knew truly what's meant for me will be for me. I never had a jealous spirit. I'm going to
Yeah,
celebrate you because I'm going to celebrate myself. It's enough for all of us to eat out there. I never had that mentality where it was zero somewhere. If your light shined, mine don't. We can shine brighter together. I'm going to give you the whole playbook because
yeah.
it takes nothing away from me. I've always been that way.
It's amazing if enough light shine, the world is brighter. So it's amazing how that works. So,
Thank you.
um,
Yeah.
what's a lot of stuff been going around the 20th year anniversary of Katrina, and I know it
Yes.
affected you and your family as well. Talk about how that affected you, and that probably helped you move up to this area. And what did that do for you as a young man, seeing how also helping you with your vision and helping others as well?
Yes, yes. So absolutely. Another great question. Katrina happened 2005. We all know August 29th. I was in 10th grade. I was in high school. My family and I, we evacuated to Dallas, Texas. But the thing, a lot of people, I think people starting to understand it now. But growing up in New Orleans, just like in Florida, the Gulf Coast region, hurricanes happen all the time. So it's just like it was August, school had just started, mom and dad was working. So it's kind of like you get a mini vacation. You pack up your shorts, pack up your swimming clothes, your slides. And so when we went to Dallas and was watching on TV, it was almost like it was surreal. It was surreal. It was like equivalent, like you leave home for the day and then your whole city, your whole community is like ravished where you cannot go back. So it's just like you pick up your life in pieces. But I remember I was in high school and being just at a new school in Dallas, Texas, like so confused, like where am I? I'm in a whole new environment. But it taught me a couple things. It taught me to not take material things. Don't put so much weight on things like that because you can lose that. It's really about your health, the people, your family, just yourselves, not anything that can be replaced like that. But no, it was very traumatic, and just very shocking. But it goes to show you, for one, too, that despite going through that was so life-changing, we are resilient people, and we are stronger, even though being resilient is a forced emotion.
Right.
When you're forced to rise up, you're going to rise. You're going to sink or you're going to swim.
Right.
And
That's a great way of putting that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Great way of putting that.
You have to buckle down. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but you just got to roll with the punches.
When you're helping and that's a great story. I just saw that and was reading your bio, and because it shapes things like that shape us, and it helps us in doing things and helping others as well. But when you're helping and using my Mogul media to do this, what are some of the feedback you've getting? What are some of the things that you've seen that you and your organization has been able to do to help those 50 those people that are needing this help in this way?
Yes. And we've been so blessed. We've been around since 2009, been able to help clients, and not just nonprofits, but clients all over the United States, which I cherish. I love it so much just to be able to help people. We do not lose clients. Clients refer to us to their friends and family. And I think you can feel the authenticity when you work with me and my team. It's not just a money grab for us. It's not one of those people where we just came on the scene right after COVID and started the business. Like, we've been really in the trenches. We've been through things. I've sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears to build, M3 what it is and keeping it going. So I feel like it's an energy around everything we do because I take great pride in my work. Even though I'm passionate about what I do, I take extreme pride in what I do. I always want all of our clients to have the highest level of customer service. So some of the feedback is just we're empathetic. We hold our client's hand. Our sweet spot is taking something that's really technical and translating it where someone who not may be technical to understand. Like, for example, like DonorBox is one of our partners. If I go to a church or something and say, hey, Pastor Mills, Pastor Williams, I know you have a lot of people who, tithe and donate money every month or every week. How can we build a system? That's my strong suit, building a system that allows you to have something that's sustainable. Yeah. So explaining them the problem, explaining them the solution, letting them know all the options available, and then allowing them to make the choice. And after we implement the solution for them, whatever they want, and this could be something that's completely customizable that we can build for clients, or something like a plugin or another platform like DonorBox, but we can help you implement that, and we'll give you training. So from the end to end, from the idea to the implementation, execution, we're there to help you. That's why clients love us and they always come back. We've been able to grow for so many years, really through word of mouth. To be honest, it's been a blessing.
And that's one of the rarest things today. Once your business is you do some things and it talks for itself, and a lot of people don't realize that. How was it in a society that sometimes lack this? How is it to have a business that you feel runs off empathy, that's empathetic to the people that you serve?
You know what? If I'm being honest, I only stop and think about it because it's so second nature to what I do. I just love customer service. Everywhere I go, I spend my money. I love customer service. I just like what I like. So I always try to make sure, if I'm Darrin, if I'm a client of M3, how would I want to be treated? In just that same level of excellence. And I'm one of those people that even if you have a fantastic experience, I can take constructive criticism. I want to know how we can take it to the next level, how we can always do it better. Always. Let's always try to strive for excellence. I feel like it's, especially with its nonprofit leaders like yourself deserve, but if I'm going to put my name on something, I've been doing this a long time. If I'm going to put my name on it, it has to be a certain level of excellence.
That's what's up. Let's talk about the Glowfidence Foundation.
Yes.
What made you create that nonprofit, and what is it? What gave you the clear vision to create that nonprofit?
Yes. So 3 things after spending. I'm one of them people where I do not mind spending. Actually, I love it. Just having quiet time where I can hear my own thoughts and just process and everything. Because there's a lot of noise and a lot of distraction in the world, regardless of what industry, regardless of who you are. You have to learn how to quiet the noise and the distractions to hear your voice, hear God's voice, any high power you believe in, just get some clarity. So just after really understanding what are some of the things I'm passionate about, I kind of got it down to 3 things I'm super passionate about. Of course, one is entrepreneurship. The second thing would be health and wellness. I've lost over 100 pounds, so I'm on my own health and wellness journey. And the third thing would be financial literacy, especially from the communities where I've grown up, and a lot of people who look like me, we were never taught the fundamentals of, like, for one, like why having a budget is important. What is a budget? How do you create a budget in a system that works for you? My budget is different from your household. So really understanding that anything you want to do, any type of wealth, any type of asset you're building, whether it's buying a house, saving for your kids' tuition, or starting a business, you have to have your financial foundation in order, unless everything is going to crumble. You have to know your numbers.
Right.
So I am super passionate about the one thing, if I'm being honest, that's a common thread that I'm passionate about outside of health and wellness, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship or Glowfidence, is really giving people who never thought they would have a chance to win a fair chance to win in this life. So that's the Glowfidence. Like I tell you, as a little boy, I always knew I would grow up to do amazing things. And I've been able to do that with, M3 and other businesses that I have outside of, my Mogul Media, even though M3 is my main thing. But when I grow up, quote unquote, I imagine my life of really just traveling the world, doing philanthropic work around the world. Like we're doing Connect ATL tomorrow. I want to expand that nationwide, bring it global, but really like creating an ecosystem in the highway for all of us. Everything I've learned how to get out the mud myself and being scrapped and, make something shape out of, very little. I want to show people around the world, especially mission-based leaders like yourself, the playbook. And I know it works because I'm a living witness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You already jumped into it. We got a few more minutes. I got 2 more things I definitely want to talk about. Let's talk about tomorrow, Connect ATL, and talk about what let's talk from a couple of perspectives. One, what created this vision?
And
two, how's it going, and what's going on tomorrow as well. So talk about those.
So let me rewind too. I have to tell the audience, thank you, and give you your kudos and your flowers for being one of our first impact circle speakers for the first one, which was amazing. I know you're going to be there tomorrow, and I appreciate everything you do to support us. But it came to life. Connect ATL came to life because I'm just like you. After COVID, I've been so burned out of being on Zoom call. I'm from New Orleans. I like to touch. I like to feel. I like to connect. And it's just like, I can do the Zoom call, but I want to be around like-minded people. It's something electrifying when we're all in the building together, and we're, it's like iron sharpening iron. I'm bouncing ideas off of you. You bouncing ideas off of me. I'm a student of life. I can learn something from anybody. I'm definitely learning things from you all. And it was just the first time it was a little scary for me because, believe it or not, I am an introvert. So when I go out there, it was just like, oh, wow, I got to talk in front of these people. But when I left, I was like, oh, wow, this is the next step for me. Like, I really want to connect with people. It's getting me out of my comfort zone, and it's building community. We're doing the infrastructure by having like the virtual events, but it's something very special and very magical when we having in person, where I can be like, hey, Emmanuel, how you doing, man? Like, how you really doing? Like, let's talk, let's have a conversation, let's have a beer together, let's learn from each other, and let's just make magic happen.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Go ahead, promo tomorrow. What time? Make sure can people still sign up? Can they still sign up?
Yeah, you can still sign up if you go to m3.media is our website, and click on the community tab. It's Connect ATL. If you've seen everything, Emmanuel been posting it on his page. I've been posting it on M3's page, My Mogul Media. But it's tomorrow at Hip and Hops from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's going to be 4 incredible impact circle speakers, just like you were. We're going to learn a lot. And it's really to celebrate nonprofit leaders who are doing amazing work and amazing things in Atlanta. I'm just a facilitator and put on the idea, but it's not about me. I do not lead with my ego, and I just can't wait to see, how tomorrow's going to be. I know it's going to be amazing, and just all the amazing things we're going to do even in 2026. Because we're bringing Connect ATL to Dallas. We're doing Connect Dallas in March.
That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Keeping this train moving.
Let me ask you this, my last question for you, sir. Thanks for being my guest today. It was awesome to hear from you. I love your passion.
Thank you.
When people read the book on Darrin Cook, what do you want them to be able to have seen about your clear vision?
I want them to know that whatever dream you have in life, do not measure your dream by any superficial things. Definitely not by the money in your bank account. Definitely not about the opinions and the approvals of others. You measure your dream by what God has given you and in the courage in your heart. And whatever you want to do, especially when you're building something that's meaningful, of course, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be obstacles, but you just keep going and you never give up. So I really hope too, when somebody, sees my story or see this video, know that I'm really no different than anyone else. I just chose to be relentless, to go after my dreams, silence the noise, silence the naysayers, and make things happen. I'm not one of them people that's going to make excuses. I'm going to learn from it. And like I always say, I'm okay with being iPhone 1. What I mean by that is like the iPhone, I believe 16 just came out. iPhone 1 was amazing.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with being a beginner. Like I told you, Connect ATL was my first time on stage right there. I was a beginner. I'm doing it again tomorrow. I'm going to do a little better, but I'm okay. I don't have to. That's how we get into that analysis paralysis thing when we try to come out and be the top already. So it's just like, it's okay to be the beginner. Just, take a deep breath.
That's what's up. Tell them where they can find you at, sir.
Yes, so you can follow me on LinkedIn, Darrin Cook Jr. On Instagram, my page is Darrin Cook Jr. My Mogul Media, MyMogulMedia. Our website is m3.media, and hope to see you guys tomorrow at Connect ATL.
There it is for my man Darrin Cook Jr.
Yes, sir.
I'm EGlaze. I want to thank y'all for joining us today, and that's the Clear Vision. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day, everybody.